Hi, everyone. My name's Natalie. I'm a first year medical student, and I'm one of the co-leads for the Diversity Health Equity Subcommittee who is running tonight's Monday Night Live. So welcome to our subcommittee's event, The Communities We Serve. We are so thrilled to have this incredible group of faculty, current students, and admitted students joining us in this space tonight. Here at University of Michigan Medical School, there are an abundant range of opportunities to get involved in diversity, health equity, and other advocacy related efforts and experiences, both within Michigan medicine and in the greater Southeast Michigan region. But tonight, we're just going to show you a glimpse of some of those many opportunities with our 10 breakout room sessions. Led by some faculty, student duos, and trios who have been collaborating on various diversity and health equity related efforts. So following tonight's event, we will be posting a compiled recording of both the intro and the breakout sessions for future reference. So you're only going to be able to get to 4 rooms tonight, but if you want to learn about some of the other sessions going on, you can go back and watch those at a later time. Also, you can keep an eye out throughout SLAM for our diversity and health equity handbook that we will be producing to give you a more comprehensive list of a lot of the opportunities we have available and some of the things we weren't able to feature tonight. A quick note on logistics. Becky was already talking to everyone about this, but you're going to be navigating independently to the different breakout sessions that you want to attend. So you get to attend 4 total for about 12 minutes each. And you will do that by clicking on the breakout rooms button at the bottom of your screen and clicking join. They're all titled with room number and name. And when you go to leave the breakout room to switch to a new one, make sure you click leave breakout room and not leave meeting. I'm sure many of us in the Zoom world have made that mistake before. If it happens, you can just jump back on, but try to avoid if possible. And then that's all I have. We'll hand it off to my co-lead, Emily, to introduce the host of tonight's session and one of our featured panelists, Dean Raj.
Hi all, I'm Emily. I'm also a first year medical student here at UMMS and co-leading the Diversity and Health Equity subcommittee of Second Look with Natalie. We're really excited to be bringing you this event, and we were even luckier to score Dean Raj as our speaker. So just for a little bit of background, Dean Raj Mangrulkar, or Dean Raj for short, hails from Northville, Michigan, and is the Marguerite S. Roll Professor of Medical Education, the Associate Dean of Medical Student Education, and an Associate Professor for Internal Medicine and Learning Health Sciences at the University of Michigan. He received his undergraduate degree from the University of Michigan, Go Blue, in computer science. He then pursued his medical degree at Harvard Medical School, followed by his residency in internal medicine at the University of Michigan, where he served as chief resident. Following residency, Dean Raj also pursued advanced education in health professions education at the University of Illinois in Chicago before returning to the University of Michigan as a faculty member. Again, go blue. Dean Raj is deeply committed to curricular innovation and development as it applies to medical education. During his time as dean, he has overseen, amongst other things, the transformation of our medical school's curriculum into its current form, the development of the university's first Center for Interprofessional Education, the redesign of learning spaces within the Taubman Health Sciences Library, which is where we med students study and learn, and the Research, Innovation, Scholarship, and Education, also known as the RISE initiative, to continue enhancing the intersection of medical education and innovation at both our med school and across the country. I ask that you all give a warm welcome to Dean Raj, who will be not only our host for tonight's Monday Night Live on the communities we serve, but also a panelist in the DEI MedEd Education room number 3. So check that one out. But yes, I'll turn it over to Dean Raj. Welcome.
Thank you, Emily, and thank you, Natalie, and wonderful to see all of you. I just have to thank our remarkable students. Natalie and Emily, you've done an incredible job, as all of our students do, in organizing what is a really important event. And I'm so grateful and honored to be asked to speak, but also to that you guys have chosen to come here and to give us a second look at this great SLAM event. This is a topic, communities we serve, that is near and dear to my heart. The curriculum and the environment here that allows our students to really serve their community as part of learning, and why we consider this so critical and core, and why we set such high standards. And to me, as I reflected on that, it really is about the culture that we have here. And that's the thing I'm really that really warms my heart over here. We have a culture that both strives for excellence and kindness, and one where in medical education, we hold ourselves accountable to improving health. And I want you to ask yourself that question, because that was not a usual question that we would ask ourselves. Does our educational program actually improve health of the communities that we serve? And honestly, that was the predominant reason why we transformed the curriculum over the last 10 years, is because it was a misalignment. But where do we get this motivation from here? It comes from two things: our values and our actions. First, our values. One of the things I hope you're discovering as you're looking at us is that we take our status as a public university incredibly seriously. We are public. It is part of our DNA. And what that means is community health is really not just an optional thing. It is our mandate. And as I said, we're asking ourselves, does our education actually improve the community? But the question is sort of, what is our community? Who is our community? And I think if you come here, you will see that you will have opportunities both in and outside the curriculum to explore all the different dimensions of our community. Our university hospital is the county hospital. It is a public hospital providing hundreds of millions of dollars in free care. Our VA, the tons of community health centers that we work with, both in the suburban Ann Arbor area and then into Detroit and Flint and Jackson as well. You get to explore all of that. And we operate as one university. That's the other thing of our values that's so interesting, is that we're not a medical school kind of off to the side in a city with the rest of the university in one area. We are in the midst of a university. We all report to the same president and we work together. That's that Center for Interprofessional Education. As an example, our student-run free clinic is highly interprofessional. Students from multiple schools go there. We partner with these other schools to really serve our community. So those two values, I think, lead to this culture. But you can't just have values and thoughts. You have to have actions. And I think that's the other thing that we combine those values with. And there are two aspects of our actions that I'd like you to pay attention to. The first is that I think people feel really empowered here. There are a number of voices that are often missing from decisions and from creation of educational experiences that we have included. The first is patients. We have a very robust patient and family-centered care unit in the hospital, and we bring them into our committees, into our different curriculum design groups. Our patients are there working with us. And of course, the other group is our students. Our students are not just those that give us feedback. They help us problem solve. They help us surface the problems, and then we work together on solutions. There's no two greater examples than what happened with COVID. Once COVID happened, we needed to sort of reorient our entire educational program. But during that time, while we were reorienting, what did our students do? They created a new pandemic course with our faculty. They led that initiative and launched it in 10 weeks. And then they created a massive service learning organization to help support the community during COVID called M-Response Corps. It is award-winning. It involved over 400 students. And again, this is how our students are empowered to lead and how we sort of provide that space for them to serve these communities. So it's really critical, I think, that you think about values and actions as you're sort of evaluating whether an organization actually cares about the communities that they serve. We're not perfect. We have lots of issues that we still need to work on. And there's a tremendous amount of difficulty in the community, especially for our most underserved populations. But we believe in surfacing those problems, problem solving together, and then trying out new things to see what works. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And I think as you go through the breakout rooms together, you will see that the people you meet all carries these values with you, because they're all from this place where it all comes together. World-class education in medicine, core values that they walk around with to address health equity, but then doing it with kindness and caring. And I think that authenticity defines the excellence of why I'm so proud to work here. So I am excited for today's breakout session. I hope to see some of you in the ones that I have, but we have a ton of great people. So don't feel obligated to have to come to my breakout session. There are a lot of wonderful people that do amazing things here at the University of Michigan. And I'm excited to really get to know you guys. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Emily. And let's kick it off.